this is possibly one of my favorite topics when it comes to business, when it comes to expansion, when it comes to being the person who you want to be. And identity is something that you get to create. You get to create the identity and how you see yourself. And it's interesting because I have just been on a retreat and there were some things that came up which I wasn't even aware that were there on how others see me, not how I see me, because I know that I've grown. I know that I've shifted. I know that my life is completely different from how it used to be because of the identity that I've created for myself and the way that I now choose to show up for myself and my business and my clients and my daughter. And so when it comes to identity, there's something in my eye. When it comes, well, that's interesting, isn't it? Talking about identity, my eyes gone all funny. When it comes to working with me, we do a lot of stuff on energetics, how you do life, how you see life, and how you are being in the world. And so when I first left my ex-husband, I saw myself as a single mum. I saw myself as a single mum. Poor, woe is me. I'm never going to be rich. I'm always going to be on Centrelink or welfare, whatever we want to call it. I'm never going to amount to anything. This was the identity that I created for myself. I created this poor, broken woman who eventually, at one point, tried to commit suicide. Well, it tried is the word because I clearly didn't succeed. And I woke up with a note next to me because I thought that I was worthless. I thought that I wasn't going to be anything. I was in a really abusive relationship that I got into after I left my ex-husband. And I saw, but there was still this inner power inside of me, even though I still felt that I was worthy of being abused, that I needed to be abused mentally, emotionally, physically. I got myself into a really shitty place. We can go through some of that stuff on our live calls. However, today's about identity and how you see you, and you get to create this new character. You get to create this person who is abundant. You get to create this person who is loving and kind and responsive and no longer reactive to things that no longer serve you. So when it comes to identity, it's about tuning into who you truly deeply are. So taking an audit of how you currently see yourself, because to have the things that you've never had before, you have to do the things you've never done before. And you have to be a person you have never been before. And so what does that look like? It's not about learning new things about yourself. It's not about creating this new version of yourself. It's undoing all of the things that no longer serve you. It's undoing the limiting beliefs. It's undoing the perception of self. It's unlearning things that you have learnt about yourself that aren't actually true. So for a really long time, I believed that I was dumb because when I was in year one, my teacher got me up in front of the class and said I needed to repeat. I never ended up repeating, but I had the identity that I was dumb and that I couldn't do school. So for my whole schooling life, I had a belief that I was never going to succeed in doing anything because I wasn't smart enough. Well, it turns out that was all wrong. And it took years of unlearning and deciding to unlearn it for things to shift and change. I do learn fast. I do retain information. I do see things that people don't see. And I'm aware of things, but I'm very quiet in the way that I see things. I don't talk a lot anymore. I allow everybody else to talk and I hear with my ears and my emotions, and I speak when I feel that there is something to say. I was on a retreat over the weekend, last weekend, and the task was to come up with one word. Can't remember what the question was. I just remember that whatever it was one word. I'm going around the circle and I think there was three people before me. And oh no, two people before me. And they jibber jabbered and then they got to their word. And when it came to me, I said the one word. Again, can't remember what the topic was and what the word was. I just remember the significance of I came to one word. And the facilitator said, well, do you have anything else? I said, the task was one word. I gave you one word. She said, Everyone was on, oh. Oh, it was what? I didn't even hear that it was one word. I was the youngest in the room. And the identity that I've created for myself is tuning into really listening and taking on the task at hand. So, who are you? Who is the truth of who you are? The very first question I want you to ask yourself in this process to uncovering who you are, what your identity is, what would life look like right now if you watching this, stopped lying to yourself? If you stopped lying to yourself, how would your life look differently? How would you be different in the world if you stopped lying to yourself? And what are you lying to yourself about? Are you lying that money is for others and not for you? Are you lying that clients are for others, not for you? Are you lying to yourself that you're not worthy? Are you lying to yourself that you're not deserving? Are you lying to yourself that you can't pay your bills on time? Are you lying to yourself that you're not attractive, that you don't have a great body? What are the things that you have in your life right now that you're lying to yourself about? Are you lying to yourself that you can't do business? What is it that you are lying to yourself about? I want you to get really true and honest with yourself. Get a piece of paper, get a glass of wine, cup of coffee, cup of tea, a cold beverage, whatever that looks like for you. And I want you to sit down and I want you to ask yourself, if what would life look like if I stopped lying to myself right now? And when you think that you're done, ask yourself, what else am I lying about? Go again. What else am I lying about? And continue to go until you've exhausted every ounce of anything that you've been lying to yourself with. And once you get that out, take a big deep breath in and out and feel, oh, my neck just cracked as I did that, and feel into the release of you being truly honest with yourself. Can you stop lying to yourself around relationships, around love, around money, around business, around your clients, around yourself? And then ask yourself, what is truth? What is my truth? And if you started living your truth every single day, what's the identity of who you are now? Are you love? Are you magic? Are you abundant? Are you connected to source? Are you oneness with the collective? Are you one with source? Are you source? Are you God? Are you one with God? Are you one with the universe? Are you the universe? Identity work, when you go deep into this, we're going to go deeper and deeper and deeper on our live calls. And there's going to be more and more videos around this as time goes on, but we're just scratching the surface right here, right now, of understanding who you currently are and how you see yourself. And what is the new normal that you want to be bringing into your world? What is your new normal? What is your new normal? What does that look like? What does that feel like? Who are you in your new normal? Because when you can understand what your new, because you've got a current normal, what's your normal? So you want to get really clear on what your current normal is to what is the next new version normal for yourself. And when we can understand what your next new normal is for yourself, we want to calibrate to that normal so that when that normal drops into your experience, there's no chaos that happens in your nervous system. It's grounded, it's solid, it's inside of you. So if your new normal is having $20,000 months, if your new normal is having $30,000 months, if your new normal is $100,000 months, what happens when I say those numbers? What happens in your experience? Is there a wobble? Is there a, how do I hold it? And then what's all the things that come into your experience? Are you saying, how do I manage that money on the back end? Are you saying, that's too much money, I'm not worthy for it? Is it, oh my God, that's so much work. How am I going to create that amount of money coming into my experience? What are the things that, when you decide what your new normal is, allow all the limiting beliefs to bubble up so that you can see them and ask, is this true? Is this true? Is this my truth? Is this my truth? And if it's just a story that's coming up going, and you know that it's BS, let's clear that stuff on our live calls. Let's do energetic clearings on the call so that we can remove those limiting beliefs, so that we can continue to up level and upgrade, up level and upgrade, up level and upgrade, up level and upgrade, because that is what we want to be doing in every single moment, in every single day, is having awareness of who you truly deeply are, having awareness of what your new identity is, because at every new level, there's a new level. At every new level, there's a new identity. And at every new level, there's a new level of understanding of money management. There's a new level of understanding how to move through your days. There's a new level of being elegant and graceful and powerful and delicious in the way that you hold all of the money that's coming into your experience, and having that identity of being the wealthy woman, being that wealthy woman who exudes confidence and elegance and grace and holds herself in a way of, you did this, you worked for this, you worked on you learnt who you truly deeply are at the core level, at your essence of who you truly deeply are. And as you move through your days as this person, so we're not future pacing, we're not going, oh, this version of me, she does this. We are embodying it. You are embodying that woman now. You are embodying the person that already has the thing. So don't go look in your bank account. Don't go look at all of the things. We want to hold the vision of who you are, who already has the thing. And we're going to continue building that picture and imprinting it into your subconscious so that you take actions from that place already of who that person already is. You are already doing the things and making decisions and having choices as the person that already has the thing, as the woman that already has the business, the growth, the life. Like, what do you want your life to look like? How do you want to be showing up every day? What are the things that you want to be doing? What are the things that you want to be creating? Who is this woman that is creative all the time, that is going out there and having fun? And what are you doing? Are you going on adventures? Are you going out to delicious restaurants? Are you going and staying in hotels just for the sake of staying in a hotel and being pampered and going for massages and going to the spa and then going up and laying in bed and watching movies? Or are you going out to delicious restaurants? Are you, I don't know, what are the things? Are you going skydiving? What are the things that you would be doing with all of the money and the choices and the being able to make decisions from a place of expansion? Now, I'm not saying go and do all those things now if the money is not readily available, but I want you to feel into what are the things that you would be doing and start booking them in. Oh, because you don't need the money until you've booked the thing in and you've made the decision. So you make the decision, I want blah, and then the money shows up. But if you make the decision, I want blah, and then from the moment of decision to the time the thing happens, you're all wobbly, the money's not going to show up. The clients aren't going to show up. The money's not going to be there because you're in stress and anticipation of, is it going to show up? Is it going to show up? Is it not? Make the decision. So we want to get all the wobbles out before you make the decision. And once you make the decision, you go, yes, this is what I want on this date. This is what's going to happen. Now, all you have to do is just go off and do the thing, and then you'll have the money to do the thing. You are more powerful than you know. So when we create the identity of who you truly deeply are, we want to get really super clear on where have you been lying to yourself, and ask and be really truthful with yourself. And there's going to be tears. I guarantee you there is going to be tears. And allow the tears to flow with no judgment. Allow the tears to flow with no judgment. Then ask yourself, who is the true version of me? What is truth? If I was to be really truthful with myself, what is my truth? You're abundant, you're magical, you're amazing, you're gorgeous, you're beautiful, you are powerful, you have this essence about you when you walk into a room, and people know without even looking that you are there. They know the Alexis Jane is here. They know the you has stepped into the room. So as you move through this training and as you really uncover and you go through those questions of who you are at your core identity, again, we're going to go through this deeper in our live course. We're going to go deeper in this in more trainings as time goes on. But for right now, I just want you to look at, where are you lying to yourself and asking yourself, what is your truth? And who do you need to be to have the things that you desire in your life? Go and have an amazing afternoon, day, morning, wherever you are in the world, whatever time of the day that you're watching this. I love you, and I'll see you on our live calls. Mwah!